So, Assalamualaikum. Yeah. Morning, guys. So, you start with our sharing session. This one is for Kreydle Academy. So, let me introduce myself. Okay, my name is Muhammad Hanafiah bin Yahya. Actually, I am digital immigrant. Do you know what is digital immigrant?
I know digital nomad.
Yeah?
I know about digital nomad.
Digital nomad, and this is new, right? So there's two type of person, which is native, digital native and digital immigrant. Digital immigrant, those born before the digital era, means there's no gadget like phone. And back then, when I born, there's only have TV, black and white TV using battery, and then there's no handphone. We use the normal dial, the round one phone, and I still live till now. That's why I call digital immigrant. Means I in two area, before digital and after digital. So I started programming years 1997. I start with MIRC. Maybe you haven't familiar with this app. This app is very popular back there. We use to chat each other. Usually we run a command ASL, mean age, sex, and where you live. ASL. And I also involved in VBA, Visual Basic Application. I created some code right there, and we use Pascal most. And you can see my profile in this link. Later I will share this slide, so you can look into that. Okay, before I proceed with our session, Master PHP, I would like to share in what Kreydle did, what we plan, and what is our awesome program. So we have two programs. Currently we are running Kreydle Academy. Now is Kreydle Academy. So you can visit our website kreydle.com/academy for the update. So since this is the new Kreydle Academy and this is the first one, so there is no upcoming event, which is this one. Actually, in our plan, there's a few events that related with IT, programming, and also marketing, which is related with internet marketing. And also for multimedia student, we are also involved in multimedia editing, something like that. So why we create Kreydle Academy? So we hear this one from our CEO.
Hi, I'm Gopala Krishnan. I am the co-founder of Kreydle. So recently we started Kreydle Academy, which is a non-profit initiative by Kreydle to help young graduates, fresh graduates in Malaysia to bridge the gap between what they studied in their college or universities, which is mostly outdated stuff, and help them to get in tune with what they actually need to know to not only survive in the modern Malaysian workforce, but also to excel and build a successful career. So we have a first event coming up as part of Kreydle Academy, and that is on PHP. So we're going geek for our first talk. So the talk is called Master PHP from Spaghetti to MVC. And why should you attend this course? Well, if you are a web developer or programmer, and it doesn't matter which programming language that you use, but let's say you use PHP, alright? So there's the unstructured way of doing things, which is to do it your own way, however you like, and don't worry about, will other people be able to understand my code, or will other people be able to continue my work when I'm gone or when I'm no longer in this project. And then there's the more structured way using the MVC or Model View Controller method. And with that method, if you get it right, you'll be able to develop PHP applications so much faster than doing it from scratch, doing everything from scratch. Plus, with the MVC approach, you also have a solid foundation framework in which you can work with. So you don't need to worry about all the common elements that you will normally need to worry about when building a web application, because all those things are taken care of by default in the MVC framework or the PHP framework. So in this free talk, we are going to teach you how to get to the next level with PHP programming and start building really solid applications using the MVC model, and we're going to focus on how to use Code Igniter. So Master PHP is free for all students. Just bring your student ID and you get free admission. For those of you who are not students or don't have your student card for whatever reason, then there's a very nominal fee that you can pay to attend as well. Again, Kreydle Academy is not a profit-driven initiative. We just honestly, sincerely want to help fresh graduates to become better, to become world-class. And we focus on IT, web development, multimedia, and design. If you have friends who may be interested to learn PHP and learn how to code in PHP like a pro, then please also recommend this event to them. So throughout this session, your trainer will be Mr. Hanafiah Yahya, which is my co-founder at Kreydle, and he is the code ninja over here at Kreydle, and he has tons of experience developing web applications. He has helped us to develop applications in PHP like our products like Link Tracker, Nishify, Halo, and so much more. So Hanafiah has over 15 years of experience in programming and also web development, and he will guide you step by step to get started with the MVC approach in PHP. Okay, so what are you waiting for? Go ahead and sign up, register for free, and we will see you at the event.
And actually the objective here is purposely is CSR, mean corporate social responsible for us. It is non-profit initiative which is free, especially for students. Unless you want to donate some money for us, it's okay. Up to you. And actually the main objective here, we want to contribute back to community. That everything that we create, everything that we learn, we want to share with all of you. And we want to helping graduate to gain competitive edge. Mean, like what Gobala also said, there is a university and industry. There is a gap between that. So what you learn in university is good, but what we need as an industrial is a bit different, because we are focused on some sort of thing. For example, in here we are focusing on PHP. In university, maybe you learn Java, you learn JavaScript, you learn Ruby, you learn C#, C++, and everything else. You learn everything, but you're not expert in one thing. So this gap that we want to minimize the gap between university and industry. And also it's free for students. And let's say you want to contribute, help us to spread the word. So you just share in your clique, your Facebook, your Twitter, tell about Kreydle Academy. Or you can be a guest speaker. Let's say you want to talk something, you want to share something, you want to contribute, you just become our guest speaker, and then we're okay for that. So we can meet together and then we plan for that. And then the second thing we have here is Kreydle Internship Program. This one is, okay, you can go to kreydle.com/internship. This is our internship program page, but minimum requirement is 3 months internship period. If you have 2 months or less, so sorry, you are not take that. And because first month is totally for you to learn something in our company. Second month and third month onwards is for you to involve in our production, real production. Means if you are IT student, you will involve in programming, do real things that like our Kreydle site is live. You will create this site, or you will create our product, for example, link tracker. So you will involve in this real situation. So if you are a multimedia student, you will involve in creating video that you see in our TV. And you see there is a few students here. They are taking our picture and videos. Later they will editing that. Okay, currently we accept IT student, multimedia student, and business intern. This is what our strength and what we can help on that. So you can apply here, but there is a bit different how we accept our intern student. First, you need to create your own video and send it to us. So let's say you want to look some sample here. Actually, you just go to YouTube and then you search for Kreydle internship. There's a lot of students apply to our internship program. And maybe you can get some idea, like if you want to join us as an intern. If not, I cannot do anything. Alright? So this is our internship program. So we proceed with our main topic here. Alright, this is the topic that we will go through, I think, within our 2-hour session here. So first we will go through spaghetti code, MVC introduction, PHP MVC framework, working with coordinator, config, model, view, controller, and continue your journey. Okay, before we start with some survey, how many students or fresh graduate here? So accept this too. Are you working or are you lecturer? You grad before some time. So what you did now? You further for your master and you are working as well, same as you? Master. No work, just master. In computer science?
No, IT.
In IT. Yeah, that's good. Okay, how many of you already code in PHP? The rest of you? This girl behind? No, haven't do any PHP code? Got? For your final year's projects or for any semester projects, or at least write hello world or echo something? Got? Or at least put this bracket, question mark and PHP? Got? If not, just open notepad and type it. Okay, great. At least we have a majority of us is using PHP already. And how many of you already use MVC?
Just one.
Just one. The rest? One. Cake PHP.
No, we use
Servlet.
Yeah.
That one is Java. JSP. Java servlet. Any? Freelance? No, just normal PHP. Any? No. Okay, great. Do you know what is MVC? Who don't know? Okay, we got one. At least we got one, and then we can continue. If everyone know, and then I think we're supposed to pick up our bag and go back, because everything we know already. Okay, that's good. So I think you should, and we should talk to our friend and give him applause for you all. And then say to your friend, each other, you are awesome. You are awesome. I will be master PHP. Okay, we start our topic, spaghetti code. Who don't know this? Who don't know this? Dilpa don't know this. Who don't know this? What is this? Mee goreng, mee goreng mama, spaghetti, right? So why this spaghetti related with spaghetti code? Any idea?
Yes. Because it mixes different components
Mhm.
from different areas.
Mhm.
That's how we get spaghetti.
Yeah.
Beef and sauce
Mhm.
and the noodles.
Yes, that's good. Because you are a master student. Okay, why spaghetti? The metaphor. Things get really messy when connecting each other, like what he said. So in an application, we connecting code to each code. We connecting class to each class. We connecting what else? Method between method. So why this spaghetti happen? Okay, we take some example here. We back to the invention of telephone. Let's say we have two telephone, telephone A and telephone B. How to connect each telephone? You just have one wire. For example, this one lah. We have one wire. And then we add one more telephone. Yeah, you see from the basic thing there is no spaghetti, and then we become some a bit spaghetti. Why it happened? Okay, we add one more telephone. So from telephone A, let's say we want to call telephone B, we need to have one line. And telephone B want to call telephone C, we have one line. And C want to connect to A also, one line. So each telephone must be connected. So we add one more. I think we add three more. So we have 6 phone. So how do we connect each phone? So B go to F, F go to D, D go to C, and so on. We add more, several more, and things become complex. So you can see this wire a lot, right? So with 10 phone, actually we have how many connections? Yeah, divide by 2. Because let's say you connect here, actually this one you already connected, right? So you got a formula already. So actually one phone it connect to at least 9 phone. Okay, the formula. When we have 2 phone, we have 1 line. 3 phone, 3 line. 4 phone, 6 line. 5 phone, 10 line. And then we have 10 phone, 45 line, because our formula is total number of phone multiplied by number of phone minus 1 divide by 2. And then you already have formula, and then you can answer this how many line of code we need. Not code, sorry, line of connection we need for 1000 phone. Anyone? Something? Okay. 499,500 line connection. So these things become messy and becomes spaghetti. At first, we create our simple code, it look nice, really nice. And then when we add more function to that, and then inside function got more function call to that, and then inside that also got some, we add more, and then it become complex like this. So this is why spaghetti happen. So we call it spaghetti code. Okay, like this one. This what happen when spaghetti cable. This one is for server. So let's say I disconnect one line, one cable. What happened? Can we find? Let's say we down one of your computer connected to LAN, and then we take out some line here, and then your computer is not working, you cannot access to internet, and then how do we solve your problem? You don't just use Wi-Fi lah. Okay? I think you get it, why spaghetti is not really good for you. Even though not only code, this one is happen in network, and it happen in telephone as well, and it happen to anything. So spaghetti code, what is this? Okay, you can read together lah. Spaghetti code is specific and then kind of backcoding where a set of instruction is not written in order but splattered all over the place like knot of spaghetti. It often to go to the statement which allow to jump to a specific line of code. This is spaghetti code in simple manner. So in your real coding, you start with this, and then inside your code you call this function, and then inside this function also you call this function, this function, this function, this function, and then you also penang already. How to debug spaghetti code? You know how to debug?
Same way as any other code. Just
Just throw it. Okay, the solution. There is a solution for spaghetti. Can you think some solution for this phone issue? Any others? Any others? Yeah, correct. So we do better design pattern. Better design pattern is software terms. Actually, it's better design for phone lah. So we do better design. Each phone connect to hub, and then this phone also connect to hub, and then we can solve this issue. So we see our original spaghetti. First line is okay, it look good. Two phone we only use one line. But this one is worse. Two phone we need two line. And then three phone, three line, three phone, three line is same. Four phone, six line, four phone, four line. This one is become better. We can compare here. We have 1000 phone. We need 499,500 lines. And after we refactor is term of software. We only have 1000 connection. Got it? Okay, this what MVC do. Actually, there's a lot of pattern. We say design pattern. Design pattern is a lot. Single tone, multi-tone, whatever tone lah. And MVC is part of that design pattern. So today we focus on MVC design pattern. Okay, enough theory. Let's see some code. You familiar with this code? This one is PHP code. Do you familiar? Do you already see this kind of code? Maybe the connection is different because this one we use PDO. Usually in university student they use MySQL _connect. Why we use PDO? Database. MySQL connect also database.
No, database independent.
Independent.
You can change database.
That one is correct. Why we not using MySQL _connect here?
Security problem.
Yeah.
As updated to MySQL.
Actually, MySQL _connect is deprecate. Mean it will throw away from PHP. In version, I think version 7, it will throw away. So if you have code using that function, MySQL _connect, you cannot use it in PHP, latest PHP, as I will say that. So, you familiar with this or you more familiar with this? You familiar with this or more familiar with this?
More familiar.
Okay, this one, the indentation, everything is look nice. The order look nice. But still, if you see the rest of code, that one considered as a beginner of spaghetti. Beginning of the spaghetti. So before it end up like this. Okay, this one actually real application. I took out from one of our G company, G dot 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 company. It serves a lot of people using this code, which is good. But for the maintenance wise, it's really bad. Don't do code like this. At least you do some indentation. Indentation means you have some tab over here lah. Make it more readable. You can see over here, we have what is this? Pen. Okay, we take this. This one is table, right? TR, and then got TD, and then div TD. This one is not the issue, but the indentation is the issue. TR is supposed to be somewhere here, and then we can see the child of TR. Okay. Okay, back to that really a bit nice code. So what we have here, actually DB connection, and we have SQL query in our single page. And then we have SQL query here, and we have HTML code here. So why? What happened here actually? Okay, we split into layer. Okay, first we have presentation layer, and then second one is business logic. Business logic is anything related with your application, the logic. For example, in this case, we select user. Okay, this one we name it as index.php, for example, and then you have another page, user.php. Do you think you will repeat the same code here in that page? It depends lah. It depends on the situation. If you want to list all, okay, this one is to list all users, right, in that page as well. So you need to create same code, right? Okay, this one is for training purposes. It means to be like this, but the indentation is really nice compared to the black code, that one. Okay, we can look into this. Most of us, sometimes we put this connection, DB info on top of our PHP file. So let's say we have index.php, we have new users.php, we also repeat this same code on top. And some experienced user, they will use include. So they separate this into different files. So we just call include, and then this one, host and DB name, everything, that info we just modify in one file. And this is our database connection, and this is our function, our business logic. This one we want to add new user, this one we want to edit users, and this one we want to delete users. Mean CRUD. Do you know CRUD? CRUD, create, read, update, delete. This one is basic function for database. Okay, this one you include, this one also business logic, and then you display all the users inside in your database. Okay, what is MVC? Actually, MVC invented in 1979. It's old already, right? By Smalltalk programmer. This happened when the digital immigrant born, and they are facing spaghetti code. That's why they invented this. Okay, why is so popular now? Because of Ruby on Rails. Actually, Ruby on Rails, they implement MVC in their framework in years 2005 and adapted by PHP community. So we should thanks to Ruby on Rails to bring us back the MVC. Yeah? Okay, why MVC? First, to organize and structure our code, and we separate our code and lose coupling. What is loose coupling?
Is this for data type?
No, this one is for code. Loose coupling in code means, for example, you have one class, name it as URL, and then you have another class, name it as authentication. So without authentication, this class can work. That one is loose coupling. It is modular. So each class not depending to other class. This is what MVC did. So in our case, let's say we modify one code, it won't affect to another code. And easy code maintenance and reusable code, DRY. Don't repeat yourself. Okay, MVC. Model, view, and controller. What model does? Yeah.
PHP specific?
No, this one is still concept. MVC concept is same for all language.
But I heard sometimes they merge together between model and controller in some languages.
Yeah.
Merge, right?
The one they call it a view model. Okay, for model is to represent our knowledge, manage data, logic, rules of our application, or we can call it business logic. So we put our business logic inside model. And then V is for view, the output what user see. Let's say you open website, type Kreydle.com or Google.com, you see something, that one is view. And there is one more is controller. Controller is the middleman. Let's say you type something in URL, before it view, return view, that process is taken by controller. Okay, let's say user request, type something in URL, docs.google.com, you go to controller. Controller, actually there is one more layer, like what you said. Let's say this controller check whether this page require data or business logic, and then you go to model. If not, you just right away to view. Okay, from controller will ask model for the data, and then from model return that data to view, and then from view user can see the page. This is what MVC flow. Okay, can we proceed? Information overload. Want to take 5? No? Proceed. Okay, PHP MVC framework, there's a lot. We have Coordinator, Laravel, Symfony, Cake, Fuel, Yi, and more. Okay, anyone already used Coordinator? No? Laravel, Symfony, Cake PHP, Fuel PHP, Yi, Zen framework. Too complicated. Zen is more to loose coupling. You can do whatever you want. It's more like a symphony nowadays. Anything else and any framework, you create your own framework. No? Okay. Working with Coordinator. Why not Cake PHP, Laravel, Symfony, or whatever it is? Why?
Because I guess you work with Coordinator.
Yeah, that's correct. Because we have to pick one. That's it. Actually, all framework is good. You can use whatever you want, but the most important here is you choose whatever you're familiar with and to make your job done. That's it. No matter you use Laravel, Coordinator, Fuel, or whatever it is, it's still PHP. And it open source. You can access the source code. You can modify if you want. That doesn't matter. And this means Coordinator is not dead. Because last year, a few years before, people said Coordinator is dead. because the owner of coordinator don't want to continue the development.
But I heard they forked it to fuel PHP, some of their...
Yeah, some of that forked into Fuel and Kohana. Actually, original from coordinator, they forked to Kohana, and then some forked to Fuel. But it's not that, it's still there. You can see, you can access the site and the new owner, of course, by a university. Okay, and the rest of the reason, just the reason, easy to understand. Once you can compare with other framework as well. Unless, except for Zen framework, maybe a bit complicated for you. But I would say coordinator is suitable for beginner to understand MVC. After you go through coordinator, you can move on to another framework. Okay, the relation between MVC with coordinator. So when you download coordinator, you will have application folder, and then you have a few folders, system folder, user guide, and then the most important here is controller, model, and view. So this is how coordinator works. Here we go to config. Okay, first you need to do is to update your config file. Config file is under application config database.php. Okay, since we are working with database, so we need to update this under application config and database. What is the difference between our normal PHP code and coordinator? Only this. And also the password. You put the password, and then you need to put together. Okay? From here, so in normal PHP, usually we do like this, and then we open our coordinator config folder, and then there is database here. Just match username with username here, database with database here, and then this one additional function, which is this one for debug. During development, we have to set it through so we can see any error message. But in production, we need to turn it off. Okay, second, since we are using database, we need to load database in our library. This one under config, application config, how to load. That's it only. So for config, we have to change this one and how to load. And this is how you can start something. We just add database.
It looks the data.
Because we are using database, so we need to do it. If you are not using any database, just leave it there. So no need to read it. Want to do some hands-on?
Mr. Yahya?
Yeah.
You mentioned you want to do this, right?
Yeah. I will give this slide at the end of the presentation. And inside slide also I give you this repo, so you can learn by code. For example, spaghetti, you can see this is the normal way that you could do it in PHP. So we have this code, and then we have some business logic here. So in this slide, I will explain you how to convert this spaghetti into a business, so you can follow exactly what I did. So at least you can start something. Okay, model. Okay, this model. Model, back to our previous slide, model is our business logic, where our database query. So in model, for example, we create new user. Okay, this one a bit different with normal PHP file. In normal PHP, we put all in together.
For index, we put all inside this file. Or the experienced user, they already separate that into include file, into separate file, right? So in this case, usually for model, it depends on our database table name. So let's say we have table user, we use users. Or you can put prefix, like what we implement here. Actually for model, we put prefix and underscore user. Why? This one for us to easy differentiate. Let's say you open these two files inside your code editor.
Okay, this is our view. View is still inside application, views. If you notice, all MVC framework is inside application. So we have controller, models and views. So this views is our presentation layer. So this one is our current code. We have business logic over here, and then we have HTML somewhere here, and then this is our coordinator code. We only have some logic to get users, and we just use HTML to make the table. Okay, this is the view should be. So we have HTML here. All is HTML except for this one for looping to get our users data, and then this one also HTML, and then this one we want to print out our user ID, username, age, email, and so on. So this is our presentation layer. These are basic things that you should know. So let's say you want to simplify again, you want to separate this because this one is repetitive, right? You want to make it different file also can. You just copy over this one and then create different view for that. Okay, view, you can have multiple subfolder inside that. So let's say you want to have layout folder. You put all header and footer into layout folder. And then we proceed with controller, our video game controller, you know, so control something. So this is what happened in coordinator. Let's say you type some URL in your browser, and then there is some structure that we need to follow. And for the advanced level, actually you can use your own URL structure. Okay, this is our URL. Okay, in coordinator actually we have example.com. First is index.php. All requests will go to index.php. No matter you type users, you type products, you type anything, you will go to index.php. So the first section here is class. So if we compare to our controller, this class we use users. This users exactly same as this controller name. So means our controller name is part of the URL structure. Let's say you have users detail, and then you create new users detail controller, and then we can proceed with the rest. Okay, this one class, this one is class name. Where is it? Over here. But there is no capital, upper capital or lower letter. So all you can use anything you want. In URL usually we use small capital, small letter. Okay. Okay, next is method. Okay, if you learn OOP, there is a object, there is method, there is properties. So this one is our class users is object, and then this one is our method. Some user they call it function, and we can call it function. By right, if you use OOP, this one we name it as method. Okay. Okay, this one is class user, and then second parameter method is this one. So when you slash users, slash edit means you call this controller and this method. Okay, the third one is parameter. So this one, let's say your method requires some parameter. In this case, edit user, we required ID. So we can pass like this, slash the number. So over here, we capture the ID and then we can use anything we want. Okay. So first class, this one, method, this one, param. Okay, got it? How to add more parameter?
Another slash.
Okay, so we have two parameter here. So first one, second one. How to add more? Just add slash lah. Okay, this is our controller works. So now you know how our controller and URL is related. Alright, question? No question? Then we about end our slide.